What's up, my fellow quirky people?
What's up?
The MCU is expanding in all directions by introducing new characters left and right. Phase 4 has already brought in several new heroes and villains. But it's quite surprising that we haven't got a lot of new cosmic characters so far.
Cosmic.
Projects like Love and Thunder, The Marvels, and Guardians Volume 3 might bring in a few of those. And one of them will definitely be Nova.
I don't know what your problem is, Webbs, but if you want to throw down, let's get it over with. Bring it on, Dr. Dodo!
Deadline just announced that Marvel is developing a Nova project for Disney+. We're yet to get the clarity on whether it will be a streaming exclusive film or a series, but we've already got certain rumors, and dare I say spoilers, for what will happen in the project. The mantle of Nova has been passed to a select few individuals, but the ones at the forefront are always Richard Ryder and Sam Alexander. And all you Nova fans would be happy to know that Marvel plans to use both these versions of Nova in the MCU. It's not just Richard Ryder or Sam Alexander. Both of them are coming in, and as per the reports from Cosmic Circus, they're here to stay. So we could expect a buddy cop chemistry between them. It would be like the Hal Jordan-Jon Stewart story WB wanted to make with Green Lantern Corps. Apparently, Marvel has been bringing quite a few Green Lantern elements into the MCU. Miss Marvel's powers seem quite similar to Green Lantern, and the Nova movie will bring back the Nova Corps, which has a similar vibe to the Green Lantern Corps. Even Nova's origins in the comics are quite similar to what we saw in the Green Lantern movie, so let's go through his origin, powers, and abilities. Then we'll talk about how the MCU could bring him in, and who could play Nova in live action. Okay, so first up, here's the origin of Nova. Richard Ryder was a teenager on Earth who was a total punching bag for bullies. He was a nobody, whose fortunes totally changed when a spaceship carrying Nova Prime approached Earth. A villain called Zor attacked Xander, and Nova Prime was extremely injured after fighting him. So in the final few moments of his life, he ended up near Earth and fired a beam at the planet. Rich Ryder got hit by this powerful energy beam of Nova Force, and this kid who was constantly low on confidence turned into a superhero. But that happened after Rich was struck into a coma. During this time, Nova Prime spoke to him through the mental link the two had established through the Nova Force. This is when Richard Ryder got to know why he was chosen to be the successor of Nova Prime. After knowing that Zor is headed to Earth, Rich woke up from his coma and startled everyone by releasing a massive energy beam. Then he took on the Nova suit and defeated Zor when the big bad came in to destroy Earth. You see, he started off as a teenager, but gained a lot of experience in the coming years. Ultimately, he even became the new Nova Prime. If you think about it, this origin is quite similar to what happened in WB's big Bomb Green Lantern movie. Abin Sur came to Earth in a state of dying. He let his ring choose a successor, and in came Hal Jordan, who fought Parallax. So we can be sure that this story will not be followed in the MCU at all. Nova has a totally different setup here. So let's talk about his story in the MCU. Kevin Feige and co have been trying to bring Nova into the MCU since 2014. James Gunn had an idea to introduce him in Guardians of the Galaxy, but that idea was killed. Then Infinity War writers Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely wrote an alternate unused story. In the comics, it was the Silver Surfer who crashed into Doctor Strange's sanctum with the warning of Thanos. In Infinity War, this warning came from the Hulk.
Thanos is coming. He's coming.
But in the first draft of the film, it was supposed to be Nova who would have crashed on Earth. We already know that Thanos had destroyed Xander to get the Power Stone, so this idea of Nova could have worked very well. Rich Ryder would have been a brilliant addition in Infinity War and Endgame. But the writers thought that since Infinity War already had too many characters to play with, it was best if Nova's story was saved for later. And now, we're finally getting Nova in the MCU. Maybe after the destruction of Xander at the hands of Thanos, a Richard Ryder from that planet would have imbued himself with the Nova Force. Yes, this is an altercation that the MCU has to make in his origin. He should start as someone in his late 20s or early 30s, and he has to be a Xandarian. Or maybe Marvel can pull off another Peter Quill move with him. I guess we'll see. Since 2018, he could be rebuilding Xander and helping other cosmic planets from threats like Thanos. MCU's present day is in the year 2025 now. So over the last 7 years, Nova could have gotten insanely strong behind the scenes. And we'll probably be seeing him as a well-established hero in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Or perhaps the Marvels. Somehow, either of those stories could bring him to Earth. And here, we could recruit a young Sam Alexander. In their team-up project, we could get flashbacks of Richard Ryder's backstory involving a Thanos cameo. And at the same time, the present-day story could be about Rich training Sam with the powers from the Nova Force. Every individual carrying the mantle of Nova gets to wear a cool-looking gold and black outfit. They all get the Nova Corps insignia on their helmet and their torso. But what's interesting about them are their powers and abilities. Really, Nova is among the strongest cosmic characters of the Marvel Universe. The Nova Force provides Nova with insane stamina and durability. He can literally travel through space for days without being fatigued. And in the comics, he managed to withstand full-on blasts from powerful enemies like Annihilus and Galactus. With these abilities also came the regulars for all superpowered individuals. That means he's got flight, super speed, and superhuman strength. You won't be wrong to say that he's quite similar to Captain Marvel, because he can also fire energy beams through his Nova Force. He can actually create hyperspace portals. So really, why fly through space when you can pull off a sling ring move? One of his most underrated abilities is his Pinpoint Accuracy. If accuracy wasn't a cool ability, then Hawkeye would have been rendered pointless long ago. So yeah, Nova's accuracy needed a mention as it is at par with Hawkeye and Bullseye. He is able to shoot his energy blast to an accuracy within millimeters. The Nova Force also provides him with a rapid healing factor, although he cannot regenerate lost limbs with that. And finally, his best ability comes with the connection to the Xandarian World Mind. The World Mind is a collective of all the knowledge passed down through Xandarian culture. So, the Nova Force allows him to connect to that and prove to be the smartest person in the room. He is such a perfect character for the MCU as he's really got it all. But it will be interesting to see what all abilities of his are retained in the MCU, and which of them will be added or altered. Now that we've talked about the powers, let's talk of his future and the potential actors. Nova has a huge prospect for MCU's future. After turning Sam Alexander into the Nova of Earth, he could go and join a team that involves people like Beta Ray Bill, the Silver Surfer, and Adam Warlock. They could fill the void that will be left by Guardians of the Galaxy after Volume 3. Meanwhile, Sam Alexander could join the Young Avengers on Earth. As for the actors playing the part, I think that someone like Alexander Skarsgård or Ryan Gosling would be great for Richard Ryder. But I'm also a big follower of comicbook.com's Brandon Davis. He has a great relationship with the team at Marvel, and has even petitioned to play Nova on Twitter. Simu Liu petitioned for Shang-Chi's role on Twitter for a long time and ultimately got the part. So it would be crazy if Davis also gets the gig in the same way. And I've also got a few names in mind for the part of Sam Alexander. Aidan Gallagher, who plays number 5 on the Umbrella Academy, would be cool. Jason Janau from Logan could prove to be a nice choice. We could even have Noah Schnapp or Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. But what if Marvel picks Timothée Chalamet to play this young teenager? Wouldn't that be amazing? Then, a team-up between Tom Holland's Spidey and Chalamet's Nova would prove to be the next billion-dollar prospect. Let us know which actor would you like to see in that ravishing Nova suit. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!